Before I continue today's podcast, guys, I want you guys to check out this company, Altitude. These guys do premium grade Shilijit, very high quality. And one very important thing I noticed with this company is the Shilijit is tested in the UK in a lab. So it's UK lab tested. They have a barcode on the back, which is very important to check and scan all the details and make sure everything's genuine. The packaging is high quality. I take the Shilijit myself, and one little touch I really like that I haven't seen before, I like this. This is a metal kind of gold color spoon. It really looks really nice quality to take your Shilijit with every day. Guys, they're giving a 10% discount if you type in the code KICKUP. Capital letters, KICKUP on their website. Go check it out. All the links and the description box below. Check it out.
Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. I don't know why on earth no one's touched on this topic. Now, before I jump in, because I'm not going to be pulling back any punches, I know some people are lying and waiting for Andrew Tate to slip up. They're saying, you guys accepted him when he said he's a Muslim. Yes, we did, because that's what you're supposed to do if somebody accepts Islam. Are you saying if someone's background is not according to your liking that they're not Muslim? And secondly, the advocates of the disease and the cancer of toxic feminism that we see today, they'll be like, aha, you were supporting him with what he was saying with regards to masculinity. Yes, a lot of what he said was needed and was incredibly beneficial. That being said, you can disagree with other elements of a person's personality, and that's what we're going to do today. And what we're going to disagree about is despicable, frankly. Yeah, the language that Andrew Tate has been using is deplorable, racist, and not suitable for somebody who's been a Muslim for at least a year. So let's have a listen and you guys can be the judge.
That packy. Anyway. Hold on.
But you didn't know about this?
No, I didn't know.
This guy's lost, bro. You know that?
I thought I was about to pause it and say, like, who's he going to be racist to? Bro?
This guy, you see what he's been doing? Last summer when the far right was going, they're trying to kick off.
Mm-hmm.
He was actively supporting them, and inciting them, and he was inciting them against the Muslims. That's the first thing, yeah? Weird, I don't know, something wrong with him, but anyway. But then all this stuff came out, people found, using the P word in a derogatory term, the N word as well, like talking
from time ago or just recently?
Some stuff is recent, some stuff is old and whatnot. Bro, the guy's got some serious issues, but you know what the problem is, though? Shall I tell you what the problem is? Look where he is. He's saying it's sitting where? I would like him to... He's from Luton, isn't it? I would like him to go to Bury Park. If he's a real bad man, he's really on this stuff he claims, the warrior and whatever, I want you to go to Bury Park in Luton. What's it called? I think Bury Park, right?
I don't know.
It's Bury Park.
Yeah.
I want him to go there and say call them packies there.
I got a theory.
Go on.
He's an agent now. They flipped him.
They flipped him, of course.
The case. They
so
flipped
basically,
him. Hands down, they flipped him.
They flipped him. So what happened, I think, so Trump's people before the elections got to him, said, listen,
we'll get you off this.
We'll get you off.
Yeah.
But you got to, sell out a little bit.
Not even sell out. That's the agenda.
That's the agenda.
That's what we want you to push. So go and push it.
And I noticed that as well. Like, as soon as before, like 6 to 12 months before the election, bro, the way he goes on about, look, I'll give you another example, but the way he goes on about Trump, he talks more about Trump than he does about Prophet Muhammad. Go look at his Twitter. Trump, bro. Like, flips wrong with you. And it was there. So imagine, look, so when the election was going on, so Sneeko, he was supporting Trump. Candace Owen was supporting Trump. He was obviously supporting Trump too, and was there. So obviously, but once he's won the elections, Trump has gone even more, at that time, he's gone even more pro-Netanyahu, isn't it? So Trump's won, he's gone all out pro-Netanyahu. Remember, even Trump put the thing he said about Gaza, because he wants to turn it into the Riviera, and he's going to move all the Palestinians. I remember all that drama was kicking off or whatever. So even look at Candace Owens, bro. She's not Muslim. She turned around and said, nah, man, this is wrong. I don't support this. Like, yeah, I might have voted for you, but this is madness.
Not for that reason, yeah.
Not for that reason.
Yeah.
So Sneeko as well, he backtracked. He said, boy, the guy's...
But you're allowed to change your mind.
He said the guy's a sellout.
You're allowed to change your mind.
You think this guy? You think this guy said anything? But I haven't seen him say one thing since Trump went pro Netanyahu after he became president. Not one thing against Trump. Because he's been flipped, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know
nah,
what I
been
mean?
flips.
He's been flipped.
It's been
innit?
flips. You can't like,
Bro,
you know what? That's a full U-turn. Let me see the rest of this.
What's this?
Let me see the rest of this,
He's
please.
a madman.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
literal. Bro, you know what? Candice Owen has more integrity than him.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy has.
I
no
like her. I like
integrity.
her. I like her still.
What's he say?
Because Andrew, in my opinion, is chasing relevance and acceptance by the far right by platforming people like Katie Hopkins and promoting Tommy Robinson. What he is doing is staining his legacy. Now, the P word that he mentioned, we know, especially here in the UK and in Canada, it has racist connotations. Just journey a little bit back to the 1970s and there was something called Paki bashing, in which anyone with a brown skin color was bullied, their shops were destroyed, and they were beaten sometimes to death. And being somebody that lived in Luton, you should know this. It's not like you're American that's confused that, oh, I was just confused. I thought it was short for their country. And somebody might be saying, oh, maybe he's joking. But remember when KSI was joking? We didn't accept that as an excuse. And there are just so many clips. Here's another one.
Everyone's just coming in and invading our country.
Packies.
Yeah, well,
There you go. If it's a written tweet.
Wow.
Mental, innit?
That's mad.
But you know why I don't rate him, bro? Like I said, you see when them Luton man catch him, actually, if he ever goes back to Luton.
But what I'm saying, how's he gonna
they're
go?
gonna
How
shave
can
him
he
up.
go Dubai?
Because look, Dubai, you can't do that in Dubai, actually, because them man.
True, it's safe. It's safe. Yeah,
Safe,
yeah,
innit?
yeah.
Like, bro, what?
That's brave.
What you think we don't know?
But
Enough-
even writing
But
right
what
there.
I'm saying is, you think we don't know enough moist drug dealers are right now in Dubai because they can't hack the roads out here.
Yeah, it's true.
And so you're in Dubai selling drugs from Dubai because you're moist, because you're wrapped up in the UK. I know that. You know that.
It's
So what
safe
I mean?
haven, isn't it?
But obviously, he's cool. He's right in Dubai. He's right in Romania. So, like, bro, I had a lot of respect for him. You know? When he turned Muslim, wallahi, actually, I was supporting him. When he turned Muslim, I had hope for him. Like, you know, like, boom, like he's gonna, you know, hopefully go. Remember, man was.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I still like the guy, but the guy I'm looking at right now, is like Agent. What's the name? Agent Smith. The Matrix got him, bro.
Matrix, yeah,
It's a full
100%,
U-turn.
with a full
Like
U-turn,
from the guy that you liked.
Yeah, full
This is
U-turn,
what
yeah.
you know when I say something.
Jail
says-
broke him, innit? I'll be honest with you. Jail broke him. He might come out and be like, nah, it
Or
broke
what
him.
they've got, or the idea of going back there.
You know what was the first red flag for me when I knew Joe broke him? He tried to say that they put him into solitary confinement. Bro, they can't put you just in solitary confinement like that. It was there, from what I understand from prison. It was
Only for
there.
your own protection.
Like, yeah, it's got to be peak for you. He could have, but look at Chris Brown. I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Brown is on the wings now. Just know what I mean? Why would they put you in solitary confinement? Just know what I mean? So it's like you asked them to put you in solitary confinement because you didn't want to go onto the wing. Just know what I mean? So I think Joe broke him. He came out and said, "Brother, I can't do this again." Trump's people came to him. He's got a big platform. Said, "Look, back us."
That's your agenda.
That's the agenda.
That's your
Just know
agenda.
what I
You're the
mean?
agent. That's your agenda.
And where he's now not saying nothing about Trump and his pro Netanyahu, that's another red flag for me as well. And whatever, but even if you look when he uses the P word, you can see his brothers. Look, go back. You
Nah,
can
his
see-
brother looked like he was laughing.
But
with it.
look at
Go back, go
the
back, go back.
brother's instant reaction first.
What, this one or the first one?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, go on. Go on.
Watch his. You can see that he's like.
Packies.
yeah, well,
You start what I mean?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see that?
yeah.
So even his
yeah.
brother, like
It's
that
like-
brother. But like I said,
yeah.
it don't count until you could go to Luton and say it. Innit? Go Luton and say it, and then I rate you, innit? You start what I mean?
I don't think you know what. You can never come back from that.
Bro, listen, I believe personally, in my opinion, if he gets caught in Luton, they're going to shave him up. He could act as tough as he wants on the internet. He's a warrior, he's this, he's that. There's a video of him online about when he
No, I done with the UK.
but there's a video of him online when he got stabbed in Luton, innit? Like, you see, you want no bad man. You didn't go glide out on no one. Just know what I mean? You folded.
And I done with the UK. You can't
Understand?
be brazen like
Nah,
that.
but
And still
it's,
moving
bro,
about.
It's not just that. He says so much, bro. It's like raw, but alright, cool. Like I said, it don't count until you say it when you're here. Innit? Then we'll see what one. Just know what I mean? And whatever. But let's carry on.
And even if it's written tweets, I mean, how many excuses can you make for this guy? He's used this term so many times. And who else has used this term and uses terms like this?
Taxi. Little p*** drives car.
And now we're hearing terms like this even in the riots as well. And here we can see recently, in the last few years, in Manchester there was a stabbing and the P word was used by the perpetrator. And in case somebody is still there sitting on the fence, here's a tweet that he did depicting the Cardiff attacker as brown and with a knife, and no context needed or given, frankly. And then he speaks highly of Tommy.
I tweeted today in support of Tommy Robinson. He is against corrupt governments. Plus, I know him on a personal basis. I don't need everybody.
He's an agent.
He's a fool.
Full-on agent.
He's a flipping fool.
Nah, he's a full-on agent. Now, you know...
You see when I watched
is this... I can't... You know what it is? There must be something like a block in my brain, like cognitive dissonance. I can't see how he is choosing to make the decision unless someone's forcing him to make that decision, like a reward at the end of it. You know what I mean?
I think that whole jail thing got to him, and he just he wanted a way out. But
Yeah,
you know
potentially,
what?
yeah.
Bro, I'll be honest with you, that's the first thing, but it's not. You know what? I would just love to see how he would react if someone gets a drop on him in the UK. Like, you know, to catch him on that back street and say, "Yo, remember that?" I just want to see his reaction. Did you see Floyd Mayweather in Hatton Gardens?
Yeah, I know. You got, yeah.
Bro, you carry on like you're a boxer, you're a warrior.
Your bodyguards are gonna...
Brother, you got run out like a punk.
Yeah.
And it was there. Bro, you didn't even get run out the ends. You got run
Central.
out of Uptown. Uptown ran you up. But where was the warrior spirit and you know all that shit you got to post about?
Not in London.
Bro,
Not in London.
It's easy to post, I'm a warrior, hold guns on the internet, act that, my muscles and kickboxing, that's easy on the internet, bro. What did Biggie say back in the day? Remember? Stupid motherfuckers try to use kung fu.
Oh, yeah.
Slugs in his back, and that's what the fuck happens. You just know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this guy don't even know what he's doing, bro. Just know what I mean, he admitted himself.
Nah, you know what? He's either got a big carrot, like,
Yeah,
okay,
course.
come to America, you never gotta go back there, or it's got, you know what I mean? There's something.
You know what I don't like about this guy as well? What I've noticed, even when he knows he's wrong, he don't apologize. When he knows he's wrong.
Yeah, with all this, I can't respect him.
Yeah, he.
Who am I to him? But at the same time, I can't respect that. Not from him, from anybody.
But I had a lot of, I'm not saying he's not Muslim. He's Muslim. But bro, you put yourself in that situation now, innit? You start.
Yeah,
you
but-
might have to fend for it, bro. He's done too much, bro. This is just the clip Zishan put, together. There's so much stuff this guy's done, bro. It was there, bro. There was an attack in Germany. Wasn't even a Muslim. Some Christian guy done an attack over there. He went on Patrick Bet Davis and told them I was a Muslim that done it. So, like, he's just inciting stuff.
He's a Discord. He's creating Discord.
Discord,
And
yeah.
now it's got to be he's an agent.
And bro, you know what the mad thing is?
Only an agent moves
But
that.
you know what the mad thing is though? I know he's moist. That's the maddest thing about it. Because there's a video of him he's talking about when he got stabbed. And the way he reacted when he got stabbed. Just like, I mean, he was a drug dealer. He stopped drug dealing because he got stabbed.
But I suppose he knows where, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
that's not a bad thing. You know,
Yeah,
a lot,
of course,
you know a lot of drug
he-
dealers who were still in the game.
Well, yeah,
Rob.
But-
You know what I mean?
but this is what I always say, innit? Yeah. Look, you see when you talk about warrior, you always want about warrior this, warrior that. You always talk about shit. It was there.
Yeah.
But let me ask you something. Back in the day, when armies used to fight each other, what were they having a boxing match? Was it sword on sword? Do you know how they used to do it back in the day? So before the armies would actually attack each other with the swords, they will say, "Bring your best men out," and we bring our best men out.
Yeah. We can do a duel. They can have a
With
duel,
swords.
and whoever wins that duel,
Exactly.
the war's done. Say the blood
with swords,
Yeah.
not boxing gloves,
No,
with swords.
no.
Today's what's today's warrior? Is them man in the battlefield with the guns in the armies and all that.
Yeah.
They're warriors, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
know what I mean? You're just a twat on the internet. Just know what I mean? Just talking a wannabe warrior.
It's embarrassing.
You understand?
It's embarrassing.
Bro, he's like, come on, bro. You know what it is? You see, as Muslims, bro, we understand like we can't put that type of emphasis or money in it. Like, we can't do that. You know what's there? Because we understand we're going in our grave, and when we go in our grave, we're leaving how we came in. You know what I mean? So we don't put just everything on money.
I don't think it's money for him.
No, but what I mean is,
I think they got him.
I
think they got him banked to rights
but
on something,
what I
and
mean
he
is
don't want to go back there,
his
like you
whole,
said.
His whole character, just like Floyd Mayweather, His whole character, exactly like Floyd Mayweather, has become about money. There's no other personality to him, nothing, just money. You know what I mean? So now when Floyd Mayweather got run out of Hattons, how do you think he felt when he sat in that hotel room? You know, he felt like a bitch.
With all the money, you can't even do nothing.
You can't do nothing.
No.
I was there because, brother, you see a warrior would have went out on his shield. So it is what it
No,
is.
but a warrior, it doesn't happen to a warrior.
You would have put yourself in that situation.
No, not that. A warrior is normally respected. Someone like Mike Tyson, there'd be no... Man will come and want an autograph. The baddest man would be like, can I get a signature?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Did you
try.
But you remember back in the day when he was fighting, was it Julian Francis?
When he was walking through
Brixton.
Yeah.
Man's got 200 grand on his wrist.
That's what I'm saying.
Like diamond out, he's walking through Brixton.
But he's respected and loved.
Bro,
That's the definition of a warrior, isn't it?
Because he was real, innit? You know what I mean? This guy just chat shit. But he's
Let me see more of this, man.
I'm surprised you didn't know this.
I don't know this. Well, I haven't seen this.
I don't need everybody to agree with everything I say.
He makes it clear that he is against Islam, mate. Yeah, there are other clips in which he's okay with Hindus, Sikhs and Jews. It's the Muslims that he's got the problem with. But because of semantics, he says, no, it's Islam, not the Muslims, even though the Muslims are following Islam. And it's very clear that he supports Zionism and he's a Zionist agent. In fact,
we're not against migrants, okay? I'm against Islamic immigration into our country.
We are sole purpose to tackle Islam.
If there was a war tomorrow, which there will be, because I'll probably start at the end of the session, if there was a war and it kicked off, I would be there on the front line fighting for Israel.
What to say about Islam and that, innit?
Listen, you got to watch this in context, bro.
Okay.
Listen. Watch what he said, yeah? He'd be on the front line, yeah? Watch this now. This how Allah dealt with
But why fight for Israel?
But listen what he says. Listen. And watch the next clip that comes after it.
Yeah. Ideology, it's got no place. Yeah, it's got no place, bro. What do I stand for? What do you stand for? How's it racism? How's it racism? How's it racist to oppose a fascist ideology?
Fascist ideology?
This
What
fascist.
you're racist.
Minute. You f***ing little chief. You f***ing chief.
Bro, you couldn't even fight in Luton, bro. You know about you're going to go fight for an army, man. Shut up.